Folks, welcome back to episode 23 of the Roots MIA Quarantine Edition. I'm your host, Jazz, a.k.a. Wolf Royce, because the hair is wolfing from lack of barber work. Over here, we got, I was going to say beside me.
We need a barber.
We got Smoke, the co-host over here with us, man. Then we got our special guest. Special guest. First official guest of the Quarantine Edition. We got King Solomon and his publicist Amanda in the chat room. In the virtual building.
I wish we had this on the boop, 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 boop.
Out here, bro. There you go. I got the sound effects for you. Don't worry.
Drop a flex bomb right now, yo.
Look at the sound effects.
Let's go.
Oh,
Be
man.
out
So
here,
how's
bro. Thank
everything
you for having
going,
me
man?
on.
So it's a Saturday night now.
Yeah, it's a Saturday night. That's rare that we're recording on a Saturday night.
Bro, straight up, this is it now, bro. This is it.
I thought it was Sunday. Yeah, this is the new way of living, pretty much. You know what I mean?
That's it, bro. There's nothing else, yo. Everything's
Shit's ass.
So quarantine update real quick
really
before we begin the episode. How's everybody feeling being cooped up and having their freedom restricted?
Bro, I'm ready to break out of here, yo. Like shit. Like, yo, they have me locked in the cage almost.
Bored,
it feels like I'm telling you. That's how it feels like for real. It's driving me crazy, but hey, we actually trying to.
No, it does. You're being forced to stay home. They're like, yo, stay home.
We in here trying to live.
I feel like if I wasn't like a musician or anything, I would have lost it by now, like straight up. Like if I didn't have no music to make, like I would be done, bro. It's crazy.
You'd just be sitting there, stand the roof, like, fuck.
Yo, straight up, yo.
Just looking into the corner, like.
Out here, it's just wild, bro. Like as soon as I take a foot outside, I got my fiance's parents like on my case, like, nah, chill, like.
Oh, they on you.
Like,
you
yo,
come out.
It. Like,
do not come back
bro.
in here.
That's it. I can't even make.
But like if you do, you're gonna kill all of us.
It's too much.
So, yeah, no, I know this sucks. It sucks for everybody. A lot of people now are forced to stay home, become stagnant and shit. They have to pause everything that they're doing in their lives right now. Because I know, like, as an artist for yourself, you be going to studios, meetings, performance. You perform, right? You perform?
Yeah. I do everything.
Performances.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
You gotta get out
so
there.
How has this like bothered you in your process of like making music and everything right now?
I mean, truthfully, bro, like, I would say it's been, like, hindered a little bit because of the fact that, like, I can't go to a professional studio. Like, I got to go to, like, home studios and, like, you know, got to rely on, like, a bunch of favors. But truth be told, I feel like nowadays it's something that everyone could do, like, in their house. You know, it's not like where you got to go get, like, a band and you got to get all these instruments to make a track. Like, you could do everything in the crib. You could write it in the house, you know. All you need is something like this, you know, a Zoom setup, and then you get on a call with everybody and you make moves. But, like, as far as, like, performing and, like, promoting and handing out CDs, handing out stickers, like the old school, like, promotion.
Early
like,
2000 stuff.
For real, bro. And that's usually where you get your most, like, loyal fans. So I would say that, like, truthfully, yeah, it's taking a hit in that aspect, you know, but in the creation aspect, it's good.
Should be booming now.
I mean, I know this. No, I'm sure now you be writing up storms now because shit. What the fuck do you got to do?
Do you personally?
Do you have your own home studio?
Actually, nah. I used to have one. But now I moved, so I'm in the process of like switching it up, trying to get something new. I just been going to like my friend's home studio. It's pretty dope though. He has the whole setup and like everything, like all the mixers, all the bass, like everything. You know, he has his own instruments too. So like I'm kind of lucky.
Oh, like
yeah. You know, so I'm lucky with that his home studio is like a legit studio. So. He came in clutch, you know? But it's different because you can't have mad people there. Like I was trying to, you know, like you can't have anybody.
I'm sure he's not trying to have a whole pack of people in there, just like no, bro.
Bro, like tell me how I was trying to have a 20-person session. I think like 2 weeks ago on a Saturday night, just like this, and I had people coming from New York, from LA, like everybody was coming through. I was gonna have like maybe 10 people like doing features. We were gonna make everything
Oh,
sick.
jeez.
And it went from 20 people to 2 people, just me and the engineer in the studio, bro. True
Yeah,
story.
everybody canceled. They
God
were just like
damn, man.
COVID, bro. Like
They're,
COVID,
they're
man.
like, fuck that. Because
Well,
like, yo, hotels are even canceled, bro. If you walk down
there's
South
nothing you
right now,
can do down here.
Oh wait, you can't get hotel rooms in downtown right now at all?
bro, they're all
No
canceled.
part of
Bro.
Miami.
They're all closed. When I'm talking about canceled, they put traffic cones in front of them and put caution tape. Like you can't even go in there.
No
It's a
tourists
joke.
allowed.
What the
So
fuck,
do
bro?
you
The
think
world that we're living in.
as an artist, do you believe that other artists should use this time right now to either create and start dropping content, or use it as a time to just distance themselves and start plotting and just
Bro,
go
that's a
into
good
their
question,
heads?
bro. That's a good question because I feel like it's very relevant. I would say a little bit of both because the truth is like you could do a lot by releasing music right now. Like I'm actually gonna release a song April 20th called "Sipping on the Trees," so it's cool you brought that up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
April
maybe I'll send you
20th.
guys
Let's
like the
talk about
private link.
that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll send you guys the private link after this. But the truth is that it only goes so far because like when you put out a single like that, like right away you want to make a video and then like you want
Yeah,
to
and
go,
keep the
you
buzz
know,
going. You don't want it to
yeah,
die down.
yeah. So I feel like we're all in like an experimental stage. Nobody really knows what exactly is about to happen from this. Like we're dropping the song, but like there's no like I mean, there's no really like, bar to like, really set this at. We're just hoping that
That's true.
everyone likes it
Everyone's
and
just playing
listens.
it by ear
Yeah,
and
straight
winging
up.
it, hoping for the best.
All
I
you
get
could
that.
do right now is push like your Spotify, your Apple Music. I mean, like that's
Mm-hmm.
all you could do right now, bro.
And especially
But
right now since
yeah.
everybody's home. So like it's way easier to engage
Exactly.
now with everybody and
Yes,
stuff.
yes, bro. My Spotify
Exactly.
numbers have never been better, bro. That is a fact. That
Hey,
is a
That's what's
fact.
up.
Like
That's what's up.
everybody's going through something out there. You can shout out Rebel Relations too. My publicist coming in touch with that too. Everybody
Shout
out
out.
there right now is just home, and like you got to get them to listen to your music, bro. It's the perfect.
so now you're the first artist that I personally have come across that actually has a publicist with them.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's great.
That's very great.
That's like more official than having a publicist backing them up. So how did that come about?
I feel you. We've actually known each other, Amanda and myself, for like a long time. Like I would say since maybe we were like, I don't know, like 14, 15. Like
Yeah, like a good like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Oh,
that's
crap.
it. I mean, like we just like really went on our own path, and then I kind of started getting into the music. And when I was getting involved, and like I've been making music like since high school, but I never put it out publicly. I decided to do that a couple of years ago, and when I started to do it, Amanda was like already beginning to establish like her publicity
Like,
agency, and she was getting people on board, and that was it. I mean, Amanda could add on if she wants, but basically we came to the point where I was trying to get my music out there. She had the agency, she was building it up, and I thought that I could trust her to really get my music out there. And so far, like that's been like A1. She's handled everything, and brought so many opportunities. So it really worked
We've
out
grown
well.
together, like since we started working together. So it's cool.
And it's been 3 years, just to confirm, right? It's been 3 years now that you guys have been working together?
I would say like
in April,
a year and a half.
yeah, and
probably
this
2 years.
month
Okay.
this month, like officially, it's like a year that we've been
congrats.
working together
So it's been
under
a whole
my
year.
company.
Yeah.
A whole year.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what made you want to start your own publishing company?
I've been working in music for so long and just like working for so many different like record labels and PR companies that the last person I worked with, it was for a record label, and I actually went on tour with them for 3 months, and it was like the best and worst time of my life. The best time being like I was with my favorite bands because I toured with Warped Tour, and I was with my favorite bands.
That's pretty freaking huge.
Yeah, no, it was like my dream come true. But I worked for the most horrible person ever who just like made me feel horrible every single day for 3 months. So it was just, and for the reason being that I'm a girl, which is like,
They
because
put
he thinks
extra
I
pressure
can't do
on
anything.
you, thinking
Yeah,
you're gonna crack easier, and
yeah.
It's
It
not right.
was
The
it was so
old
bad
social standards.
for sure. But so
Yeah.
after that, I just realized I was like I could do it myself, and thank God, like after lots of trial and error and like working
Mhm.
with different people, I was like I'm doing it myself, and it's been great so far. So
That's awesome.
Damn, that is
That's all-
great. Oh,
no, that's
congrats.
awesome. I'm
Thanks.
glad that you
That's
two
great.
are doing your dream jobs, staying to it, sticking to it, living it out. That's the best thing in this world to ever aim for, just your dream jobs.
yeah, and it's definitely cool because I mean I've known Sean for so long that we're like basically growing together. Like I'm helping him and he's helping me, and like the point of this whole thing, like if I don't eat, like he doesn't eat, like you know we want to like eat together type thing. So
Mhm.
And level up
it's
together.
yeah, for sure. So that's kind of what we're trying to do,
That's
Okay, that's
fact.
what's up.
Straight fact.
Um,
I
and you knew
co-sign
it.
that.
And your newest album, NYC to MIA, is that your first debut album?
Yeah,
is-
that's my first album that I put out with my longtime friend Tariq. He basically produced the whole album. He was executive producer, and that basically started because like I grew up in Brooklyn and I moved down here to Miami about 5 years ago.
Wow,
And,
so that's still recent. Oh, man.
yeah. So like I
Wow.
had
though.
to, bro. I had to like like find some type of way to like really put the story out there and like make people understand. That's why in the music video for like Wish Me Well, I got all the homies that I grew up with, and like I tried to keep it like very like close knit. I didn't want to go the route of just having like extras in the music video. I wanted to get people that like were actually there since day one. But the album basically
original.
is about the journey, like coming down here, like experiencing. It's two different worlds, bro. New York and Miami is like,
Of course.
bro,
East to South.
bro.
What
I
made
could
you
not
make
really,
such a transition?
I could not, bro. I could not. At first, I moved to Davie, which is,
Ooh.
that's like the
Ooh.
country to me, bro.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
when you move from like the Big Apple, like a corner store everywhere, to the country where like
The bodegas.
bro, I'm losing my mind, bro. I was like, I cannot do this, yo. And then I moved to North Miami Beach, which is where I'm at now. It's a little bit better of a vibe,
Oh.
but
A little bit more city. A little bit more city.
Yeah, it is more
Exactly.
city. I mean, of
But
course,
like, yo,
not
to
during this
be real
time
though,
period,
bro,
but
like Miami really influenced the album too, because like I had to give it like the best of both worlds, and without moving like that, and just basically hitting the reset button on life and like not taking risks and all that, like I wouldn't have that album, So
so
I mean,
your
original is big.
move from New York over to Miami, would you say that was an impulsive decision or something that you had planned out, like that you were just waiting till the time, like I'm gonna go to Miami by
Bro,
this particular year?
damn, I wouldn't even say either. I would have to be real with you and say it was more like survival, bro, because like I had like nothing else going for me in Brooklyn. It wasn't like I just wasn't really, doing the things that
You were
like
stagnant.
in myself, I was in college. I wasn't really taking it seriously. I was
I can
hanging
relate.
out on the streets more, so
I can
like
relate.
I stood up, son. Like came down here and like never been better almost, bro. Now you don't want to go back, bro. You hit the beach
Oh,
every day.
man.
Like,
Oh yeah,
Okay,
and especially
okay.
the city, especially
It's at,
during
man.
Yeah.
especially during this whole like pandemic that we're going through. I don't want to be in New York right now.
oh, bro,
Yeah.
son,
What?
You
That's the last
dodged
place
the
I'm trying to
bullet,
be
my
at.
friend. You
Yo,
dodged
that's
the
the
bullet.
last
joke,
place.
bro. It's no joke. Amanda's there right now. She could tell you straight up.
Oh,
The streets are
oh,
empty.
damn.
The streets are empty,
God
bro.
bless.
There's
Oh,
nobody there.
damn.
There's nobody
How
there.
are the streets up there? Are
boys.
they empty?
Yeah,
it's so
tough.
empty. Yeah, it's definitely like it's like a war zone. It's not like it was. And like I live in Brooklyn, but my office is in the city, and I just had to go there today to get some papers, and it's like dead.
I know you got there in like 2
absolutely
minutes
dead.
though.
Yeah, facts. 2 minutes is crazy.
So is there like police patrolling around the streets and stuff? People like keeping people off roads, or be like, "Hey, where's your mask?" Like things like that.
No, and you know what's crazy is that there are people who literally don't care. Like, don't wear a mask, don't do nothing.
Oh,
they're everywhere.
It's down here.
I thought it was down here.
I thought it was
I
just
thought
down
it was just
here.
Miami going.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the Cubans around here. I was like, damn, bro.
That's it. I swear.
People are just chilling, but there are a lot of like military people because there's the like military boat with like all the medical supplies, so they're walking everywhere.
I
But
remember
it's
seeing
not
the
like
video of that.
Yeah,
The docking.
it's
It's the big white ship with the red cross, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
It's in the
there are
Hudson,
military
I
people
think.
there. It's on the West Side Highway. Is that the Hudson? I don't know. I've lived here all my life.
I heard Hudson in the video, so I was just like,
yeah, bro, they got
Bro.
ships in New York. Down here, they just got bums walking butt naked on 163rd Street, bro. That's all they got, bro. That's how we celebrate coronavirus in Miami. Bro, I swear,
they just surrendered to the virus
I saw
at
that
one
with
point.
my own eyes.
Oh,
They're
no,
walking around like
I'm
that.
convinced.
They surrendered, man.
yo, don't laugh when they're the only ones that are out here alive. Like, ha
Yo, everybody
laughing.
alive. It's two different breeds, bro. It's too much.
No, they
Plot
are.
twist:
Yeah.
the mask attracts a disease, and being nude doesn't. I'm like, being nude brings it
Bro,
away.
yo, Miami's lit, son. We free, bro. That's it. They
Oh.
kick me out the hotel. They can't kick me out the streets, bro. I'm gonna be out here.
Yeah, that's true. Because where else are you gonna go?
Nah, yo,
What
nobody
the hell we gonna
deal with them, bro. Just stay home, bro. Stay home. Get your check.
Yeah,
Reach.
exactly.
Well,
Home, get your
so
check,
don't-
and you get to
everybody's
save,
getting their
you know?
package this week.
In a sense.
Yo, we gotta get something, bro. I'm
We
trying
get
to
our
find
packages this week.
incentives, bro. Pay me more money to stay in. I got you.
Some more.
Yeah. Hey, how about
But
1,200 a
you dead
week?
ass, though.
Then I'll stay it all.
Yo, if I stay in more than 100 hours a week, I need $2,000 on top of that, bro. Like, let's be real.
Bro, right? Bonus. What's it? Emotional damage.
Overtime bonus.
What is it called?
Yo, don't tell me, bro. I gotta walk my dog 10 times a day just to get happy.
Bro,
Yeah.
now that you brought that up, it's a great question. Yo, in my neighborhood, it's a very dead neighborhood. There's not many people out ever. Before all of this lockdown shit, it was barely I ever seen one in the streets. You go out now, you see Fulinato, Pepe, Pepita, everybody you've never seen before all over the streets walking dogs. You're like, when did you get a dog? Like, what? You're seeing everything. It's insane. It's sad to see, actually, though. Like, people, how they can't follow the simple ass fucking rules. Stay the fuck at home. It's not hard.
I don't know, son. They need to go back inside the house and start listening to my music, bro. I gotta be throwing CDs at them, bro.
Do it.
They gotta be
Promote
doing
it.
something, bro. They gotta
Check
be
it out. I
doing
mean, shit.
That's
Taking up all my time too. And like, yo, I'm telling you right now, like, I bet if these people were staying in their house, everything would be fine down here because Miami has so much space, you know? Everyone is on top of each other in New York. I feel like in Miami, everyone had
It's
no
spaced
problem
out. It's spreading so quick. I think maybe because of the spring breakers and
It was a
whatever they left behind, and then Miami
Yo, the
being Miami
spring
and
break,
still
bro, let me
partying
tell
and
you.
stuff. And
Bro, real quick, I think like 2 weeks ago, I took a walk in South Beach when it first started, yo. I'm telling you.
because you live by that area. Oh Lord,
Bro, from 10th Street and Ocean all the way down to 2nd, yo, every single block had different rapper, bro. Different music video, different everything. You know what, yo? Some had whips like Mustangs. Others were trying to like
take advantage,
bro. It was dead. It was dead. Like nobody but them making the music video. You pull up to one block. One rapper had the right idea. He had 2 cars. He's blasting Pop Smoke, and he has all the women dancing everywhere, bro. And he took over South Beach with that one thing. That's all there is going on. That's the only
it was in that moment where you
I need to drive
realized
to South Beach.
this is
like,
Miami.
At that moment, I was like, bro, we making a video in South Beach.
Hey, it's a perfect time, like you said. It's dead.
In your music video, you see somebody else's video being shot in the background.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yo,
you see somebody else on the camera.
Everybody. Yo, I'm telling you, man, they got the right idea, yo.
It gets so crazy during spring. See, one thing as Miami natives, what we know is that during the spring break time is the time when you do not want to go to the beach, when it's off limits for Miami natives.
Yo,
because we know all the craziness that's gonna happen, all the drama and it's just too much. It's too much.
Now you come on vacation just to look at the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you guys actually seen the beach now? That no one's been able to use it for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks now? Have you seen it?
Bro,
it looks beautiful.
It
looks
bluer.
They got roosters running around the beach, bro.
It's like the Bahamas now. It's like Bahamas and South Beach. You're like, what's going on with the pigs?
It looks like the real Atlantic Ocean now.
You straight up, nature is crazy right now.
Yeah, look, if you look at carbon emissions and all that, that's all disappearing. But that's another story, whatever. Well, I wanted to ask you real quick, what are your influences that made you get into like music? Like, what is it that you just woke up one day and you're like, yo, I want to be a rapper?
Not because I started in 7th grade playing the drums. Like basically they had like talents in my middle school in Brooklyn. I went to Marine Park, and they basically put you in a talent class. So like I think 6th grade it was like, I don't know, movies or something. It was mad chill. All we did was watch movies all day. And then seventh and 8th grade they put me in band, and they just made me play the drums. And like at the time I was already learning guitar privately, like without the class. And basically I just picked up drums right away. I said like screw the guitar. I went straight for drums, and then like I auditioned for high school to play music, and I got in, and then I played drums 4 years, and then I was just always around music, you know. And I went to Morrow High School. That's the same high school that like Joey Badass went to, and Powers Pleasant. Powers Pleasant was actually his producer, but he was the #1 drummer. So I was the whole actually, Pro Era. Like, yeah, with Pro Era. Pro Era was in that high school, you know?
That changed the whole game.
Yeah, so like you just go through it, you know, and you see like everybody else experience it, and then you grow up and like people are like trying to do it, and you see everybody, because I feel like, you know, being a rapper, being a musician is something that a lot of people try and do. And I feel like I started pretty late, but at the same time, I saw so many people try and do it. I saw like their movements, how they did it, like all that analysis. And I feel like I really leveled it up to my music and like my potential and what I feel I could do. And then that's why I decided to like go with it, you know. But I always grew up with music. That's why it really like came to me like that.
So what is your end goal with the whole music? Like you just want to hit one hit, get the money, live the life, go to South Beach, pick up them girls dancing in the music videos, and
bro, that's another great question, bro. That I really like don't think about that much. I feel like truthfully, like right now, like my end goal is to just like push out as much music as possible and just really like make stuff that like people could relate to. And my end goal is to just like, I don't know, make as much music, you know. Right now, I never really thought about like the Grammys. I never really thought about like the fame aspect of it. I more so thought about it from like my point of view. I'm trying to get somebody out there listening to my music, not to like blow me up, but to like really like respect what I'm going through, because I personally feel that like all the shit that I went through, all the experiences, like people could actually learn from that, you know? So I feel like
it's more of a lesson that you want to share with the world.
You know, it's more so about people listening to the music, getting motivation, and then going on with their life and handling shit the right way.
That's great. So that's like, really good. That's
be real with you. Like not trying to, you know, the numbers are great, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You know, everything is great. Like getting like all the fame and stuff. But if you ask me what the end goal is, that has to be it, because all the fame,
the primary
that's
purpose.
Just extra, real talk.
Exactly. That's great that you say that, man. I respect that perspective. That's what it's all about.
No, and it's good that you have more than just one sentence, because you ask other artists sometimes like, "What's your angle?" Yo, money and bitches.
Try to be big.
Trying to be big, exactly.
I'm just trying to blow up, man.
I'm trying to be next. Trying to be next.
Like, bro, like I get you, bro. Everybody trying to be next. Like,
that line be longer than the lines at Publix nowadays.
Nowadays, you got the space nowadays. You got 6 feet apart nowadays. You all look like little caterpillars going on. Wait, Jeff, you went recently. How much is it? Like, there's only like 5 people, 10 people at a time?
I went to Publix just yesterday, do some, you know, extra quarantine food shopping because I ate all my stuff.
I walked into Publix in Brickell, bro, the same day that like I think 2 of the workers like got confirmed for coronavirus, bro. And like, not so nonchalant. I just walked in on my phone, not even walking around. They came in and they said, I had face masks, but they were like, sir, you gotta get out. And they were like, there's a line. I looked at the line, it was down the block, and I was like, I'm out. I said, I can't do this, bro. But they had around the block, bro, because they got coronavirus.
That's crazy,
bro. It is, bro. It feels like Disneyland at Costco, the way they make you.
You gotta wait.
Where's the fast track at?
You gotta wait distance apart from each person and let in a couple people at a time, like 5, 6 people at a time in. I was like,
too
bro,
much, bro. It's too
it's
much. I
crazy,
don't know
man.
what's gonna happen, bro. I hope it all ends soon. Real talk. I
And
can't deal with it.
you're not alone, my friend. I cannot eat at home that much. You know, it's not my
way
life.
too much, bro. People are losing their mind, yo.
The scary thing is about this thing is it's just there's so much news that comes out every day, and it's just always changing. You're always getting different numbers. You're getting such and such. One day it's like, no, yo, Belgium's the most fucked. The next day it's like, nah,
Belgium
fucked. And it's just like, bro, like make your minds up. And then of course too, governments, you can't trust anything that comes out of a government. So I don't even trust what the government puts out as numbers. And I just really want this to end. I know that
that's it.
Yeah, no, and it's bad. And I saw they leaked the report. They were talking about like 18 months. This shit lasted 18 months. Because I believe Henry was telling us earlier, he was like, to make a vaccine, it takes a full year.
It's too much too, because bro, if people aren't gonna go to work, like it's gonna be ridiculous.
They're gonna find something before the vaccine comes out. They're gonna.
They need to.
Yeah.
They're gonna find a loophole. Something's gonna be finessed, and it's just gonna magically just smoothing its way over like butter. That's what I think.
People will go. People have to go back soon. You know, they have.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's all done, man.
You know how bad the economy is going to be when we try to bounce back from this? Like right now, AMC, the movie theater itself, has already come out and said like, yo, looking at profits and our numbers and everything right now, if this doesn't end soon, yo, they're closing. Like there's now talk about the movie theaters like business closing.
Yeah.
All movie theaters closing. We're about to come into we're about to get NBA in the beginning of December from now on. Like,
tell me about honestly, they gotta start playing already, bro. Like, even if it's nobody in the court, like, just get
even if they play with masks.
Do something,
mask and
bro.
gloves.
Like,
something. I need it.
Like,
bro.
I get it. You want your fans there, but just go play, bro. We gotta watch something, bro. We have to.
They should do it old school way, like through the radio, like in the 60s.
No, I mean, they got the horse game coming up, the 1v1 games that they're playing. They're bringing, I think it's like Curry, Chris Paul, Trae Young.
I heard about that. They're playing 2K, right?
No. They're gonna do an actual real life horse.
In real life,
these are
to keep
horse. Oh no, horse. But look at how they're gonna do it. They said they're not gonna do it like on the same court where there's contact. But it is. I think these players have courts that they can have access to. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna record it. And then, like, they'll shoot a three, and then the camera will send the footage, I guess, to Chris Paul, he's going against, and he'll have to shoot a three. And that's how I believe they're going to be doing it.
Damn, that's going to be so whack, bro. I'm just like, I don't even want to watch that. I understand you trying to help. Like, but if you have 6 people that just play 3-on-3, that's better than nothing, bro.
The big three? Ice Cube, just get it.
I just want to see somebody get dunked on. You don't need millions of people to be there. We're going to watch you anyway.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm tired of classic games. Like, yo, I love MJ, cold ass dude. I've seen every shot you've made, but it doesn't excite me to watch a rematch because, like, bro, I know how this ends. I know exactly what he's gonna do. I can narrate the whole game.
Yo, it was right before the playoffs too, bro. Yo, you know what's crazy? My boy actually made like my boy who does music. He Heavenly Thoughts. Shout out to him. He actually makes NBA promos every year. So he did it for the All-Star game. Sometimes it gets picked up, it gets played. Sometimes they're like, nah, it's okay. But like if you send it to NBA directly, their email, they always look at it, bro. And this year they actually, like, because his songs got better, they actually picked him to do the playoffs this year, and they shut it down. And you know how, like things like that, I don't understand because they just come out of nowhere, like. It's tough to handle that, bro. But that's exactly what this virus did to us, bro. It's too much.
Yeah, because this is not something that they were like, hey, yo, in about like 3 months, like this and this and this. Nah, bro, this happened.
That's why, you can't even have a plan. Like if you're trying, if you're trying to roll out music, bro, there's absolutely zero plan. You're just putting out music so people listen. That's it.
The music industry right now is in, like you said, uncharted territories. Like the music industry has never had to deal with something like this. I think the closest thing they probably had to deal with this was the Spanish flu, but that was like the last like recent.
Yeah, back then they were playing like the ukulele or whatever.
You feel me? They were playing shit way back then. Like
that. It was like ain't no radio, brother. Beating sticks and stones together.
I mean, I don't even know if they know what a single is. They had music, but I don't know what
they dropped vinyls. That's what they had back then. We had to go get my vinyl at Best Buy.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That was when if you wanted to put out music, you had to really have some talent, bro.
You had to really be out there.
They weren't wasting money on physical records, bro.
live performance in the horse carriage passing through the street.
Yo, straight up, bro.
Yo, I've seen some artists go out the way to do shit like that. Like, what was one? Ray Sherman. I saw him do a whole concert live on IG. Like, he actually like.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say with a horse carriage. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, no. That's what you could do, bro. But I don't know if you get paid from Instagram to do all that. You probably get hype from them. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Yeah, no. If anything, you have to do it how Tory Lanez did it. That quarantine radio,
quarantine
his
radio.
album rollout
Yeah.
is genius, bro.
Quarantine.
Genius. He
Tory
gained
champ,
easily.
man.
Yeah, no, he's a champ. He easily gained 500K of followers during this whole like quarantine radio
He
live.
went up even more, bro. When I first tuned
flexing,
into
bro.
his quarantine radio, I looked at his profile. He was at like 6 million. Now he's like just under 8 million, I think.
Bro,
throughout the last 2 weeks.
yeah, that's how you make moves, bro.
Like $1 million a week. He's
Straight up.
brilliant, bro.
Bro, the
He's
IG
brilliant.
live, bro. It's so, yo, honestly, IG came through with that, bro. They're the only
Instagram's
players,
on
like,
top.
real
I gotta
talk. In
say,
coronavirus,
Instagram is on top.
everyone's using their apps right now, bro.
Everybody,
Mhm.
everybody. Internet companies right now are just sitting there like, go ahead.
Yeah, we
racking
waiting
it
for this
up.
though. We waiting for that.
Yeah.
Thank God for internet, man. During this whole time, like I'd have been dead.
They said it was my downfall. Meanwhile, everybody out here making IG live video.
And TikToks, a whole lot of TikToks. They're everywhere.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
it's
even
like
stand
I've
that.
been
TikToks
downloading
every day.
TikTok. I mean,
Bro, I
was gonna
deleted
say
my
some
TikTok.
TikTok
I'm
in it.
done with that, bro.
I couldn't do TikTok because it was like our last guest.
I don't see-
said,
yeah.
like, Reed was
Yeah,
saying he was like,
it's
I
awesome.
downloaded it, but I felt like I'm too
You
old
feel
to be on here.
childish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was just like,
no offense to the
can't-
TikTokers and TikTokers or
Not at
whatever,
all.
but
not
like
at all.
you
Yo,
know what I
straight
mean? Yeah, it's just us personally. This is not.
No,
our,
hey, no.
our style.
Offense to some of the TikTokers. Your dances be retarded as fuck. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, I tried doing it, but like, there's absolutely no point, bro. I'm not going to do like a post that everyone else does. Like, not only
Yeah,
that, I don't got,
If you're an
I don't got time for
original
that, bro. I
TikToker,
really
then
don't.
that's different. If you do different things, and yeah, if you can think outside the box, then for sure. But
Yeah.
you know, I just said
Yeah,
out of the
straight
same
up.
things as different faces. You know, no
Repeat.
offense to the ones trying. You know, I understand, but you know,
Do your
a
thing.
little more creative. You know what I mean? A little more entertaining in this time of need of entertainment. You know, that's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, straight
For all
up.
the TikTokers.
So besides making music, writing music, you know, doing everything music-wise. So besides the music-wise, what do you do to entertain yourself now during these horrid-ass times that we live in? Both of you, honestly. What do you both do to entertain yourself during
Bro,
self-quarantine?
I've been
Especially in New York.
playing. I had to whip out my GameCube, bro, and I started
Woo!
playing NBA Street 2K. I don't even know.
NBA
Yo,
Street.
Playing with Stretch and all that, bro. To be real with you, the first 2 weeks, I was like going outside, like taking like walks and longboard rides and stuff like
Yeah.
that, just trying to get
People
out.
still do that.
Yeah, you can still do that, exactly. But then like the thing is that once you start doing something so much, then you start getting like lost, bro. And I just couldn't sleep all day. I was like, bro, I gotta play some video games, and that's it. I got hooked.
Something.
I got hooked.
No,
My
hell
Xbox is still
It
on.
saved
as we
my
speak.
mind, bro. It saved my mind.
No, it really has. It's been the only thing to keep me somewhat
usually
sane.
usually I would just like chill, play the PS4 a little bit, but like even that gets boring, bro.
This would have
Like-
happened like 10 years ago when we were high school, just playing our games online with all our friends all
Yeah,
day.
you feel me?
Boom. Parents
Yeah,
got
yo,
food
like-
covered for us, no bills. This would have been heaven. Quarantine would
Yo,
have been.
straight up,
Heaven.
straight up, bro.
This couldn't have been
heaven.
2010, 2009.
Every day.
It's had to be 2020.
I be going online every day, like, yo, we out, bro. Like,
Yeah,
straight
bro.
up,
Like, yo,
yo,
playing the
mom, get dinner ready. Let's go. Like,
dinner
All
over.
right.
I'll be, bro. You're set. You don't gotta go
Let me run-
shopping. No, nothing.
Let me run this
like, no
scenario. Let me run this
nothing.
scenario. You said in
Mm.
high school this would have been lit. What if this happened
Yeah.
to you your senior year? Is it still lit?
Oh, okay. See, now for the seniors, I'm
All right.
so sorry because this is the worst
Yeah,
thing that can happen
okay.
as a senior in high school. No,
They get
grad
no
bash.
prom,
No
no
prom.
grad bash,
The
no
best
senior
thing
party.
is that we still reflect on it.
Dead.
It's not there.
Bro,
It's
straight
gone,
up,
and that
man,
I feel
straight
bad
up.
for them.
Senior year is the
I hope
best,
they get
bro.
to make up for it and have a Zoom call prom. You know what I mean?
Everyone's dressed up, just like, hey, salud.
Yo, there go that boy
creative.
in the MacBook. Look at that.
Then,
They'll be rolling him on the MacBook.
Always getting bothered by his
LPG. Oh,
grandma.
that's whack.
they have the dance up going on the Zoom call. Everybody.
They'll be
Caller number 3, you're up next.
So
You're up next.
doing that this year, bro. I didn't even think about that.
That's what I thought. That feels so bad. And what about graduation? Like, how's that gonna happen for them? Do they have to?
So does that mean they have
again?
to like redo like another
I
year?
hope not. I really hope not.
Or like
From what I understood from what I've understood and read, whoever wasn't able to finish their classes on campus, you get to get sent home and you have to do it like everyone else online. And then when you finish like that course and you know that you get the degree later on after that course, they're gonna now mail the degree to you. You can't do the whole walk across the stage.
That
diploma,
sucks.
yeah. Like you get it, you don't get to do the whole thing. Yeah.
They lost that. That's for high school. That sucks.
Yeah, that's hurt, bro. That's hurt.
Damn,
I'm still taking college classes, bro. They just
me too. I freaking hate it, bro. I'm so pissed. I hate it. I hate remote learning. I hate remotes. I hate remotes now because of remote learning. I just can't stand it. It's terrible.
He looks at the TV remote. He's like, oh.
Stop it. School system, stop it. Cancel school. We ain't trying to think about grades and classwork when we got a pandemic going on that we don't know.
Straight up.
Like,
and I'm trying to graduate too. Like, bro, like they waited till my last semester, bro. So
I'm on my last semester too, which now I think is gonna be extended till December, realistically speaking. That's a bop. They say summer classes are gonna be online. I can't do those online. Like I'm gonna
December?
Yeah.
That ass.
Yeah, if you taking hard classes, I feel that, bro.
Yeah, it's just I left all the boring stuff for the end. So now
you better fill your Spanish class, bro.
Bro, that professor Karma gonna get his ass. Being an asshole.
Jeffrey gonna pull up to his crib and cough on his door handles of his car.
Yo, I wonder, like, bro, I really
speed off. Go.
Yo, when everybody comes through, bro, to school, like college after this whole thing, like, yo, I want to see how many people turning up, bro. Real talk.
Bro, it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Like,
they should just make us all pass the semester. That's what I think. Because think about it's the last month of school that this all and they give like a universal pass. You know what I mean? Give us a pass or fail credit. Just
give me a C. I don't even want to come to
class. Give a C. Bro, if I need a D to pass, give me a D. If
I'm a professor, I don't even want to have to get on. If I'm a professor, fuck
just say
bro.
credit.
Like I gave
you a grade. Just say credit.
Give me pass fail, bro. Give me a pass fail. That's it.
Just say credit.
I would.
That's it, bro. Like I guess we're so upset. Like the last thing everyone's trying to think about is school. Especially as college students, we got bills to pay. We got life to handle. We got jobs we still got to deal with. You know, there's so many different things. We got to buy our own groceries. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got our own plate.
Yo, that was the first thing I said, bro. Real talk. When this quarantine happened, I said I'm not paying my credit card bills. I'm calling them up right now.
I was thinking that too.
I'm getting, you have.
How about they gonna revoke?
That's it, yo. You gotta get some money back, bro.
It's ridiculous. They gotta do something, man. This whole I hate the school system so bad, and it's made me hate it more.
I cannot take away student loans. They just pushed it off.
They pushed it off. Like what?
This is why I dropped out of college. I'm not doing none of this shit.
You made a good decision, Smoke. I would have done it too if I wasn't towards the end. My mom would.
You know what it was for me? It was when I was trying to get my degree in like audio engineering and just like, and I think like it was somewhat banking class, whatever. But they put me in 2 science classes and a language arts class my first semester, and all the books cost about $1,000 in total. I said,
it's dumb. It's really dumb. It's a business.
I went through half the semester and we didn't open the book once. So after that semester, I was like, I'm not doing this shit again. One, it's a waste of money. It's not targeting what I want to do as a person to better myself. Like, why do I have to do all this extra side shit that I promise you I'm not ever going to have to use again? I can read. Why do I have to do language arts?
Exactly.
Like, school, the whole college system to me has always been very broken. They need to remodel it. They need to figure it out.
Big time broken.
They need to start doing more like specialty classes. Like, if you want to be an auto engineer, I got you.
Yeah,
there's audio engineer courses that you need to do. You don't have to take all this other extra bullshit like philosophy.
Exactly.
What the fuck does philosophy have to do with audio engineering?
What's it called? Prerequisites? Like, isn't that what high school is for? What was the point of high school? High school is you're wasting your time. Drop out. No, I'm not playing. I'm semi-playing for your parents. But
I'm semi-playing.
I'm about to say, bro, don't be a bad influence. If you're in high school, stay in school.
It's like I'm doing the classes that it's like what I would have done in high school. It's at a higher level. It's not towards my career.
I look like paying $1,200, $1,100 a month.
And you're paying for it. So we should get a passing credit. This is money on the line here. Like,
Yo, real talk. Yo, you know that? Yo, that happened to me, bro. Like back when, like, you know, going to class was still a thing, bro. Legit, they had the what was it? It was a feeds class, so they had the camera on in the back. So like every student who was at home watching it saw this live. But basically, I was on my phone in class, and the teacher was very strict about this. So he walked over, he picked up my phone, showed it to the whole class, and he said, "You need to leave right now, yo, because if he saw you on your phone, he'd kick you out." So I looked at him and I said, "I'm not leaving." And he said,
"Yeah, you paid for that."
He said, "You exactly." So he said, "Yo, you need to leave." I said, "I'm not leaving. I paid good money to be in this class so I can learn from you.
I pay your paycheck," is what you should have told him.
Yeah.
So the dude legit stopped the whole class. He was like, "Yo, I'm not teaching nobody," and the whole class legit looked at me, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Yo, I
they should look at you. They should look at the professor like, yo, nobody.
Yo, he shunned
they all
me,
pay
but,
money.
I went off on him. I said, I
with every right, you deserve to do that.
What's going on? And everybody saw that, and yo, instantly became like the craziest video on campus for like a day.
I think you did the right thing, man. That's people seem to forget that in college that this is money to pay to be in these classes. They don't have that much authority as they think they do. Like, hello,
bro, he tried
the
to
money is funding their life.
Everybody, and I'm sitting there.
First off, don't ever grab another grown man's phone ever.
Yo,
and we're grown.
Come on, bro.
Like, you're adults.
Like, yo, you're older, bro. Like, you should know. That shit gets me triggered.
I'm gonna send them a mixtape through the mail, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, bonus track for your dumb ass, real quick."
It's a fucking whole like 3-minute disc.
We'll see what.
That'd be funny as fuck. It's gonna listen to him and be like, "Fuck that guy, man."
He's gonna be like, "Yo, I'm so sorry." Fuck that.
I hate the school system so much, man. It's ridiculous. I don't want my kids to deal with that. That's why I like what you were saying. Like, that's why I want to also be up next. You know what I mean? Because I don't want my kids to deal with it. Have to go to college just to have a chance of making something out of themselves. Unless you're gonna be a doctor or a nurse or a lawyer, then that's different. Or a police officer. Then you're set. College good, but arts field, it's just a chance. Let's be real. You know,
you gotta study something lucrative.
Exactly.
You don't feel like once you become that the parent that's successful and everything, and you can spoil their child and shit. It doesn't diminish them later on in life as an adult. Like us, we have to go through grit and all this bullshit right now and stuff we really have to go through. If you spoil and pamper your kid, don't you think they're gonna lose like the edge?
I feel like you could spoil them if like they have the right mind state. You know, like if they're able to accept the fact that like you could get gifts and like still be humble
and still know how to
that's okay. But I definitely agree. Spoiling the kids,
that's a no.
You got to work for it.
I feel like with my kids personally, I want to be successful so they don't have to go to college. If they want to have their own clothing line, if they want to sing, if they want to make music, if they want to be an artist, if they want to, whatever, a gamer.
If you're really balling, you could buy them a restaurant and just be like, yo, run the restaurant. I feel like
as a parent, it should be on my shoulders to grind it in my 20s to make sure that when I do bring kids, I got the connections to pull the strings they want to happen. They got to do the work.
You know? Like that.
Like, I'll be like, oh, what's up? You want to be a top chef? Well, I know this guy who owns this restaurant. I'll link you to him, but it's up to you to keep that connection going and to prove yourself to him. I'll just bridge the gap. So he doesn't have to go to college and get a piece of paper to get the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel it should be like. But hey, I guess over time it'll become that way as life goes on and mindsets change, especially with this whole new world thing that's going on after this whole coronavirus. This is going to change everything.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going to happen. They might not be able to go to school again.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen.
You know, we laugh about it now, but it's really scary to think about because we're at the end of the tunnel through all this
we
bullshit,
laugh because we're young,
very different. It's going to be very different when this is all over.
It is.
I feel like
it is.
Yeah,
if
it was in our 60s right now, we would be like, yo, we got to go into a shelter, like get all the food. We're not going outside.
We're not moving at all. Yeah.
Straight up, yo. So
this is gonna be in the history books. It's gonna be taught in 2035 to the elementary kids.
That's right.
This shit gonna be up there with like the Black Plague and all them shits, bro.
I know. This is the I was gonna say some Damn, let me not say it on camera. Black Plague. We'll keep it at that.
Black Plague.
It's the one-time plague. No, I'm playing. I had to say let my shit up. But, yeah, man, I feel like, we all keep a positive mindset. We're all going to get through this and accomplish our ventures by any means. So it's going to be a great addition to all of our individual success stories. You know what I mean?
It's true. It's true. I mean, all this time could be spent just writing music, making beats. I mean, like, if you have some type of job that like has to do with content creation, now's like the best time, bro.
Well, that's why I tell everybody. That's why I tell everybody who's like, "Oh, can you give me tips on like?" Because like, I'm not gonna say like we're popping, but we've been going now, and people are already to the point where they're asking like a little bit of advice because
they like our consistency, and that's really what
they're just like, I like how you guys are, I like the way that you go about things and giving points and stuff. And it's just like, listen, I can give you many pointers and I can give you 1,000 tips, but at the end of the day, the ball is in your court, and it is up to you to do what you need to do.
It's really two things: dare to be different and be consistent while you're at it. That's all it is. That's all it is. Bro. For any venture, any venture.
Straight up, bro. If you got that motivation, you could really. I mean, since this quarantine, I think I made like probably 7 like complete songs, like mastered them and everything. Just like, making music to pile
Jesus Christ, bro, that's
what this so quarantine is.
Sounds like a freaking EP. You're an album right there you just made.
I know. I could drop the EP right now, bro. Corona vibes, but
Corona vibes. Yeah, you gotta put Corona bottles in the front and everything.
And it's you holding a lime in your hand in the cover, like.
Yeah, straight up, bro.
You gotta make a song that says Corona free.
It's a good time to do that, bro. But only if you like have that ability, bro. If my boy didn't have a home studio, I'd be shot right now, yo. That's all it is.
You know what? That's true. That is very true.
Like, you also got to think of the fact that he has to be healthy also. Like, I'm not.
That is true. Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not even like a sure thing.
You be like, hey, drop that beat. Drop the beat.
Let me go get my mask.
You gotta go, bro.
He go with that hazmat suit.
He's got people going in and out still. Yeah. I couldn't.
WOD. Yo, when I my boy wasn't a mess though. I appreciated that. That's
what's up. That's
how it is now, yo. It's crazy.
I gotta wear a mask to work, dude, and gloves.
No, I hope so. No, Jeff.
Right now, bro.
Jeff, you're in the battle zone, bro.
Down the road, if I do like a show or something like that, like after all this is done, I'm sure for a fact that someone's gonna show up in a mess, like with 100%. Not even even if they say the air is good, like I know, bro. I know.
They're gonna do it. It's just for the memories. Just for the memories.
It's not gonna end. It's not gonna end, bro. They're gonna show rubber gloves, everything, because they're not ready for it. Oh nah, my battery's about to die.
Ooh. It is? Well, hey, you know what? Well, that's all right because we did a damn good episode, man. You know what? Thank you both for being on the show.
Thank you guys.
King Solomon.
Wait,
Amanda.
Let them.
Thank you for having us.
Wait, hold on. Before we go, though, I want you guys to tell the fans what you guys are working on, what it is that you want to advertise real quick to tell people what's coming up, your Instagrams, all. Okay, we see the city. I got a fake city. I'm sorry.
Let me see that view again for memories. I haven't seen that view in so long. With quarantine, we're in the suburbs. We're not in the beautiful part.
I mean, yo, you could definitely tune in April 20th. We're dropping Sipping on the Trees. That's gonna be a 420 song to get everybody really turned up. That's coming out.
You just reminded me 420s.
There's a reason why his name is Smokey.
There you go.
What am I supposed to do?
You can just drink smoke, huh?
Imagine me drinking on 420.
Yeah. What about you, Amanda? Any plugins? Oh,
hello.
How you doing? Yo, that's it. Working from home, man. Yo, that's life.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
You gotta get it done.
Yeah, but straight up, yo. So we got more music coming out. I can't really give you any like dates for music videos just because I haven't been.
We
understand. We understand too.
We understand.
But if things don't get better, I'll drop like another song in like maybe 2 weeks, like after Sipping on the Tree. So like I'll have something for May.
Keep the freestyles going. Keep your IG freestyles going.
Oh yeah,
very good flow content.
Keep the consistent.
I did so many that I got.
And your views are really good too, bro. Like
they're climbing. They're up there.
Yeah.
Yo, that's it, bro. People, when they respect a real freestyle, it's all off the dome, bro. Like, and I do it for people in person, so they know, yo. It's different, yo. when
That's
you
what's up.
really like don't write that shit, like like sometimes I'm not gonna front, like maybe 2 of them when I first started, I was actually writing them, and then afterwards I was like, bro, all the freestyles I did off my dome are coming straight like heat, bro, and I just said fuck this, bro. Every time I go, it's off the dome, bro.
That's what's up.
Yeah, an original freestyler.
And shout out to my
You look
fiance,
mad
always
angelic in that
recording
light.
those two. Always
Shout
recording.
out to the fiance support.
Hello.
Nina,
We
that's
need support.
That's it, bro. We could get the whole family too. They're all up here chilling. But not,
We gotta go room to room.
shout out to the fans.
I took all the videos of all the freestyles. So if you want to hire me,
Nah, okay, hey, drop the
Oh,
plugins.
Yeah.
Talk to our director. He's behind the Roots logo right now, listening to the
He's
recording.
hiding.
So
Exactly. But yeah, bro, I'll keep up with everything. You know, I'll drop some support, bro. I'll put you in some bars too for a freestyle.
Oh,
hey,
Let them know.
what we need to do so we can make this official, we got to bring you when this is all over to the actual place that we record at and
In
stuff. So this
person,
can
get an
be
update.
in person. Yeah.
Oh, and I'll spit it right there, bro. That's
Yeah, people do freestyles.
Boom.
It's an
Yeah.
actual recording studio.
straight, bro. I would love that, bro. That would be dope.
And I'll come to Miami just for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, come through. Yes, escape the cold.
That's it. Be safe. Escape New York. Well, it's type dangerous down
I
here
need
too.
to,
We're gonna walk into
Like,
the
I need the
studio,
Miami
yo,
sun.
fly his gear on, making best impression.
Yeah, big
I can't
mink
wait.
coat
Alright,
walking
everybody
into
wanna
the
get-
sun.
And that's my cat too. He
Oh.
wants to say what up. Before
Woo!
this
Shout out
gets
to the meow mix
crazy.
out there. Get your meow mix
Shout out to
Hey.
before
Mr.
it
Middle.
runs
Mr.
out.
Alright, yo. But real talk, we got nothing but music dropping, yo. I appreciate you guys like being mad cool
Thank
with it,
you
bro.
for being here.
No,
Thank
thank
you
you for
both.
coming by.
Thank you both.
Dope interview, bro. Podcast, everything, yo. Y'all guys stay
Thank you,
killing
guys.
it, yo. Straight
Thank
up.
Thank you,
Stay
man.
funny
Thank
with
you.
it,
All
bro.
right. You guys stay safe. Stay home. All
Stay
right.
safe.
That's a
Follow
demand.
Rubber
Stay home.
Relations on Instagram.
There
We're
you
gonna
go.
drop all the plugins. Drop all your plugins right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be
That's
in the
it.
description. So those listening,
Okay,
click the
for sure.
description.
Just go to KingSolomon236.com. That's everything.
Boom.
That's
Man's got our own
Oh.
website. Come on
Here you
now.
go. He got his
No.
own website.
Just spell
His own
it.
website.
You'll be good, bro. You can find everything. I don't even need to drop the IG no more. But
All right, we're gonna put it there.
all
All
We
right,
can still
well, it
do
was
it.
good having
Thank
you
you, Solomon.
guys. Good
All right,
touching
I
base
appreciate y'all
finally.
boys, man.
All right.
All
You
right,
guys
be
know
good.
You
we're
guys
going,
take care.
okay?
All right. You
Bye.
too. Peace.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.
You too.
Bye.